how did you get into real estate? So you wrote the books. That was before you got into real estate, right?
So I wrote
the first book,
Prove Them Wrong.
Prove Them Wrong.
I was at a coffee shop, venting to one of my homies, Keegan Wetzel, who went to the Naval Academy as well. Knew him from around the way. He graduated several years before me, but I had heard of him and we exchanged emails at one point before. I had bought a house when I first came out here. Single guy, now married, no kids. I sold it after a few years and I was going to then buy a bigger house and that was for the fam. When the fam came out here from Chicago, they have a big ass place to stay. That was my mindset. Like, mama, we made it. And
I love it. You were,
I was all about it.
Was that on the vision board?
That was all about it. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And so I was in the process I sold it and I was in the process of looking, and the broker, Mike Giselle, was like, you should talk to Keegan before
Mike Giselle?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like, you should talk to Keegan before you move forward with this thing. And I was like, why? He was like, just talk to him. So we get the coffee, we're chatting it up. We're talking about Chicago, all this stuff, Naval Academy, in the military. I'm venting to him about how do I get my mom out of Chicago, because I'm 2 years out from this book, and until the book comes out, I don't have no way to get my mom out and do financial freedom. And he's like, he lets me do my thing. He lets me speak. And after I get through speaking, he's like, you should buy a multifamily. And I'm like, what's that?
Oh, yeah.
I never heard that before. And the funny thing, this is a story and where I also talk about just like everybody, people could be spiritual, people, whatever, but this is my belief. You know, I believe in God because he has got me through so many situations of death in Chicago, as well as a situation at the Naval Academy. And he just, to me, is funny how things come full circle. When COVID happened, I was underway on a ship on a DDG. We got back to San Diego. All the gyms were closed. I pulled back in. There was only one of the few gyms that was open. It was TG, and there was Grinders Gym in Linda Vista down the street from University of San Diego. And I remember I pulled up and I parked in front of this block, and there was a couple that was on top of this like roof. They had a rooftop deck on top of this like property. And I'm like, man, that's just dope. That's vibes. That's nice on this block. Right? And I just remember thinking that. So Keegan's fast forward, I'm at the coffee shop with Keegan. He's having this conversation to me. I wish he would just told me it was another word for apartment buildings. Maybe I would have got it more, but maybe not, because I never would. I'm like, that's rich people money.
Yeah, right.
So he gets to explain it to me. I'm like, I'm still not getting it. So he's like, all right, I'll show you the property. So we get in my car, we drive up the street, we park. Guess where we park?
No, you don't.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, you do. The porch.
We literally park on the same block, and literally the house, the property that had the rooftop deck right next to it was this 3-unit. And I'm not done.
It's going to get better?
It's going to get better.
Okay, let's go.
So we talked about the Naval Academy. There's the Service Academy. So Naval Academy is Navy, West Point is Army, Air Force Academy is Air Force. You got the Coast Guard Academy, and then you got the hidden child, the golden child, the Merchant Marine Academy. Most of all the multifamily properties on that block were owned by Academy graduates. So I was like, if this is not a sign from God that I'm supposed to be doing this shit, I don't know what is. And then the fact that he took another hour or 2 hours to just pour into me, I walked away from it. He thought he scared me away. But I walked away from that and I'm like, I gotta say yes. I gotta pursue this. Because if I let my fear get me, or if I say, I don't know about that, it's $1 million, like, just try. Just say yes. And I said yes. And I read everything I could. I opened books.
Okay.
Podcasts, university, YouTube University. And at some point, I come out that hole after 3-4 months. You can't do analysis paralysis, because if you don't, you ain't never gonna act. You know what I mean? Came out and I'm like, let's go.
Okay.
Put an offer on a 5-unit, put an offer on a 4-unit. The 5-unit was in Mission Hills. The 4-unit was in Pacific Beach. I made it to the final round, best and final for the 5-unit. Didn't get it, but I got the 4-unit in Pacific Beach.
Did you use your VA loan for the 4-unit?
I did.
Okay.
That's how I did it. That was my first deal.
Crushed. If you enjoyed what you saw, like, share, comment, and forward to someone that this will bring value to. Thank you so much for all the support. We appreciate it.